Marvel fires back over X-Men 97 creator's claims he was stripped of season 2 credit, cites egregious investigation findings. They have the exclusive. Beau Demayo's lawyer accuses Disney of gaslighting, hints at legal action following dismissal in X-Men 97 credit removal. All right, guys, we have a huge story right here. Y'all remember this guy? Mr. Beau Demayo. He was the showrunner. He was the creator for the Marvel Studios Marvel animation show X-Men 97 that debuted earlier this year on Disney Plus. And my goodness gracious, guys, it was fire. I absolutely loved it. In my opinion, this was the best Disney Plus show that has ever been released to date. And we know post-Endgame, Marvel has had a lot of troubles the past 5 years with the quality of their programming, their movies, and their Disney Plus shows. And some of the films, of course, as we know, if you've been following this, haven't made the best at the box office. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is an example of that. Also, the Eternals, they just announced that their Eternals 2 is canceled. There was no plans on moving forward. So with all this mess that Marvel is going through, finally they have a fire show by the name of X-Men 97. It's the best thing since sliced bread. And this man right here, Mr. Beau Demayo, was a part of it. So everybody was happy, like, yes, this is great. But then out of nowhere, the brother was fired. Marvel shocker, X-Men 97 creator Beau Demayo fired weeks before the premiere. Everybody, including myself, was like, man, what the hell is going on? Like, why would you fire this man? Hashtag rehire Beau Demayo. Are they going to rehire? They rehired James Gunn. After all that, when Alan Horn got rid of him, are they going to rehire Beau Demayo? But nobody knew why he was fired. It was just crazy. It was a bunch of confusion. And then the show was just so good. It's like, man, how y'all going to fire the best person that y'all had under your roof to produce this type of quality content? So it was just very, very frustrating. And, you know, people were, you know, there was, you know, rooting for your boy Beau. You know, I was one of them. I really did want him to win because, like I said, I really did enjoy this series. It was super duper fire. Some of the best comic book content that, you know, I've ever seen in quite some time. But we have some news. We finally have some statements, both from Beau Demayo. Then we have a response from Marvel. And then Beau Demayo responds to that. And then we also have a response from Beau Demayo's lawyer. He is lawyering up, just saying this is not right, that gaslighting, all of that stuff. I mean, we can just get through all the topics right here. The first one, of course, is coming from the Hollywood Reporter. Marvel fires back over X-Men 97 creator's claims he was stripped of season 2 credit, cites egregious investigation findings. They have the exclusive. Variety also gave some 2 cents on this as well. And I also have an article from Deadline. Beau Demayo's lawyer accuses Disney of gaslighting, hints at legal action following dismissal in X-Men 97 credit removal. This is crazy. If you do know one of the scoopers that is in Hollywood right now, his name is Jeff Snyder. He says, let me make this bigger for you. I have some new details on Beau Demayo's firing from Marvel, and I've reached out to both parties for comment. I'm giving them 12 hours to respond. See you in the morning. And what are some of these that Jeff Snyder is claiming? And this is not his post right here, but Culture Crave says, new alleged details on X-Men 97 creator Beau Demayo getting fired. Sent nudes of himself in sexually suggestive hero poses to young male staffers on the project, saying they could use it as inspiration. If that is true, that is freaking crazy and it's very inappropriate, but we don't know. We are not going to jump to any conclusions. There are more bullet points and we're going to get into all this nitty gritty right here. because you also have to think, okay, what if it was just a fair relationship within the workplace? Companies do allow coworkers to date as long as everything is agreed upon and exclusive, and they're committed to each other, and everybody's a block. That's perfectly fine. But if somebody doesn't want you to be reaching out to them anymore, doing this, doing that, I mean, you have to stop. Just like in the real world, it has to be consensual. And what if he was sending pictures, nude pictures, egregious pictures, because the person on the other end asked for them, like, hey, I think you're attractive. Can you please send me this type of picture? And then the relationship fails. They go to HR. I never asked for him. He was just sending me naked stuff. We don't know. I don't know. But of course, we're going to get into all that. And let's go ahead and start from the very beginning. Now, this is the Twitter account for Mr. Beau Demayo. And if you did not know, there was a lot of speculation earlier on in the year of why maybe he was fired because he's gay, because he's part of the LGBTQ community. I don't think that's the reason at all. Disney seems like they've, recently in the past few years have been open to all different types of lifestyles, sexual orientation. So I don't think that's the reason. I was also speculation that it's because he had an OnlyFans account, but I was also worried that there was no nude photos. And I mean, it's a separate account. I don't think that's why he was fired. But the other day, yesterday, Beau Demayo did put this on his social media. He shared this picture of Cyclops right here, partially naked. And I think that's like a Beau Demayo version of Cyclops. And this is what the brother had to say. This is what he's been putting on social media. And this is kind of what started everything. Above is XMen. Let me try to make that bigger for you guys. Above is XMen fan art I posted on Instagram for Gay Pride in June. On June 13th, Marvel sent a letter notifying that they stripped my season 2 credits due to the post. Sadly, this is the latest in a troubling pattern I suffered through while on working with Marvel. I'm working on X-Men 97 and Blade, because he was, working on Blade too. Now, I just want to make sure you guys know this. Now, he was fired in March, and this post that he said he made was in June. So, I don't want y'all thinking or, getting the dates. He was already fired. He still had, of course, he was credited for season 1 of X-Men 97, also credited for season 2, but he feels that because this post that he made of Cyclops in June is what they are trying to strip him of his credits for. And, we're going to definitely find out if that's the case. If we go up here, firstly, I'm so grateful to have worked on X-Men 97, collaborating with some amazingly talented folks. Creating this revival was a dream come true, and the support fans have shown is so touching. However, I felt it pressing for me to speak up in the wake of leaving the show. And so again, this is August 15th that he's resharing this, but again, this is what he posted back in June, happy Pride. He left that there. And, that's what he's saying. On August 15th, he was like, hey, I posted this in June. And he also said, I'll have more to say soon, but must take a step back from social media to find a safer space for me to be out, proud, and nerdy. Stay tuned. And so apparently Marvel didn't like this. They're like, what the hell? We didn't strip this man of his credits because he's posting a semi-nude photo of Cyclops. That does not make any sense whatsoever. And that is what brings us to this article right here from The Hollywood Reporter, which I mentioned earlier. Marvel fires back over X-Men 97's creator claim he was stripped of season 2 credits. They say cites egregious investigation findings. And like I said, they have the exclusive. So let's see what the response to Marvel is. Thank you, The Hollywood Reporter. Beau Demayo completed his duties on season 2 prior to his firing in March. 5 months after Marvel Studios fired X-Men 97 creator Beau Demayo for mysterious reasons, the writer claimed Thursday that he was no longer getting credit on the second season of the Disney Plus show that he completed work on before his exit. Demayo made the claim on social media, saying that it was part of a troubling pattern that he endured while working at Marvel. And like I said, Marvel said that they fired back. And this, of course, is the same thing that I just read to you guys on Twitter, so we don't have to go through that again. But Marvel responded. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Here we go. Let me move this over. Marvel was, oh Lord Jesus, I'm sorry about that. Marvel responded. Man, they will not let me highlight that without the thing going haywire. This is nuts right here. Well, let me find it again. I'm sorry. Okay. So I'm at the top of the page right here. Marvel responded by saying that Demayo's behavior was the cause of his firing and for him to lose his credits. Mr. Demayo was terminated in March 2024 following an internal investigation, said a Marvel spokesman in a statement, giving the egregious nature of the findings. We severed ties with him immediately, and he has no further affiliation with Marvel. What do you guys think that the egregious behavior was? They're still not really saying much. They're keeping things very vague, and they should, I mean, it's personal. They didn't even have to come out and say this. They could have just let Beau Demayo say whatever the hell he wanted on social media, and they didn't have to say nothing. But, they decided to. They decided to. Sources say that following his exit, an agreement was reached between the two parties over the issue of tweeting about the show, something that Demayo had continued to occasionally do. In light of the breaches, his credit for season 2 was removed. While no details of the cause of the termination or the internal review have surfaced, sources say it involved sexual misconduct. Demayo did not immediately return a request for comment. Demayo was an avid social media user during his tenure at Marvel, sharing X-Men tidbits, as well as shirtless pics of himself and even running a non-explicit OnlyFans account. This all led the LGBTQ publication out to declare him the sexy gay Marvel writer and showrunner to know. On the surface, the notion that Marvel would strip Demayo of a credit due to social media posts would stretch credulity. And as outside observers note, the gay pride illustration is similar to any number of posts he made while employed at Marvel. That does make sense. And fired Marvel executive Victoria Alonso retained credits on projects and previously worked on following her exit in 2023, but the reveal of internal investigation points to deeper causes. Despite the bad press around Demayo's firing, X-Men 97 went on to be a great hit. We all loved it. They did, announce season 2 at D23. It was doing a number of wonderful things. And so until now, Demayo has remained mostly mum on his firing from Marvel. Though in recent days, he did note that he tried and failed to secure a seat at the Emmys from the studio. Concluded Demayo in his initial post on Thursday, I'll have more to say soon, but must take a step back from social media to find a safer space for me to be proud and nerdy. Stay tuned. So that is Marvel's response right there. And guys, there is more. Now, this is coming from Deadline, and this is what the lawyer of Beau Demayo has to say. Beau Demayo's lawyer accusing Disney of gaslighting, hints at legal action following dismissal and X-Men 97 credit removal. They say they have the exclusive from the lawyer. The war of worlds between X-Men 97 creator Beau Demayo and Marvel has escalated and gone beyond the comic book themed company to engulf its parent Disney. Brian Friedman, who handled some of Hollywood's biggest wrongful termination cases in the past few years, now represents Demayo. He has issued a blistering statement to Deadline after his client's claim on social media that he had lost season 2 credit on X-Men 97 oversharing gay pride, yada, yada, yada. They said it's egregious behavior. As Deadline reported, according to Marvel sources, Demayo was investigated for alleged sexual misconduct, and the credit removal was due to breaches of two-side separation agreement. So he was fired in March, but what did he do exactly to get the credits removed? That's what I want to know. The sexual misconduct and nude photos and other stuff, the bullet points that we're going to get to, that makes sense as far as what got him fired in March. But what exactly got him to lose his credit? Because if somebody is, did work on something, they need to be credited for it, no matter what. I'm just really, really curious on how he broke this down. Friedman did not address the specific allegations, but blasted Disney's practices, which referred to as illegal multiple times. Having much experience with Disney, the playbook is always the same. Family-friendly on the outside, but secretly attempting to plant illegal, unconscionable items and contracts that silence the truth and stop the employee customer from asserting basic constitutional rights, Friedman said. In the past few years, a top lawyer has sued Disney on behalf of such clients as former ESPN broadcaster Say Steele. I do know her, and I'm not a fan. As we will explain through detailed examples, which we will roll out in detail one by one. Disney's model is very clear and repetitive illegal pattern, Friedman continued. Once it gets challenged or exposed, the gaslighting and redirection of the blame towards anyone willing to tell the truth starts through an international well-oiled publicity machine. As for his client, Beau Demayo wants nothing from Marvel/Disney except the truth. Friedman said he will bravely tell the truth, so will I stand by. The last part is an indication that legal action may be coming soon. Demayo abruptly exited a head writer of Disney Plus series XMen 97 in March, ahead of the premiere. At the time, he had completed writing a season 1 and 2 animated series, which premiered on March the 20th. Man, what do y'all think is going on over here, man? What do y'all think is going on over here? Now, I don't know if you guys know who Jeff Snyder is, but he is a scooper in Hollywood. He has a lot of connections. He gets a lot of comments and quotes. And for the most part, he's pretty credible. He's pretty right. I won't go as far as saying that he's 100%. But the man is pretty good. And he has a newsletter. This is what he had to say on Twitter. I have some details on Beau Demayo's firing from Marvel, and I reached out to both parties for comment. I'm giving them 12 hours to respond. Now, this is something else that Beau Demayo is saying online. And Jeff Snyder, he does have the newsletter right here. If you want to subscribe to his newsletter, you can, or you can pay $1 for this article. But let's go ahead and get into some of this right here, because this is crazy. Sexual misconduct inside the Beau Demayo allegations that cost him his job at XMen 97. There's a lot more to the story, and I'll lay it all out here. So guys, if y'all want to go ahead and take care of that, you can. But if we go back over here to Twitter, to Beau Demayo's page, the truth will be revealed. After their Disney Plus disaster, Marvel wants to mislead with alleged contract breaches over tweets. It's tragic it has come to this, but unsurprising. Stay tuned. So the man is coming out swinging. And what are some things that are potentially in this newsletter from Jeff Snyder? Like I said, sent news of himself in sexually suggestive hero poses to young male staffers on the project, saying they could use it as inspiration. Yikes. If that is true, that is foolish. I mean, why would you do that? Even if somebody did ask me, if I got a text message or email saying, hey, Brandon, send me a picture of your privates or something, I'm okay. You add, here go the proof. Here go the receipts, It's not smart to do that with a coworker, even if they have a plane, with the message on the tail, like, hey, show me your dick. I'm sorry, but yeah, but man, okay, that's just dumb. And, maybe it wasn't of his nipples or his testicles or whatever. Maybe it was just his shirt off and him posing a certain way, but that's just not smart. Groped an assistant multiple times. Okay, that's just straight up sexual harassment. You just can't be doing that. You can't be touching people at the workplace. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know. This is just speculation, allegedly. This is what the man is being accused of. But the only type of appropriate touching at the workplace between one employee to another is a handshake. And I personally don't, that's it. Don't pat nobody on the back. People do touch each other, give each other hugs, pat each other on the butt, but you still, if the person doesn't want you to do that, then you can't do that. But, people, oh, hey, welcome back from whatever, but the safest thing is just don't touch nobody, but, a handshake. But Yeah, you can't, if this is true, you can't be groping people. Emotionally and physically abusive. Oh my gosh. Now, I mean, physically, okay, you can't be just hitting people. And, you know, that's just, you know, you got to get police involved, get a police report. Can't be doing stuff like that. Emotionally, I don't know. That's the only thing that's just a kind of, I'm on the fence of right there, because we've seen tons and tons of footage over the decades in Hollywood of this director or this person arguing and getting into it on set with somebody, all this stuff. Guys, we also have to remember that in March, when we didn't know why he was fired, there was a few people at Marvel coming out speaking highly of Beau Demayo, saying a ton of positive things about the brother, you know? And so, I don't know. I mean, what happened to those people? Now, more on this right here. Demayo was asked to stop sending such photos, but persisted anyway. That's just dumb as hell if it's true. I hope it's not true. Demayo was also reportedly let go from Netflix's The Witcher for similar behavior. Bro, if this is true, if you ain't learned your lessons, you're tripping. Brad Wunderbaum reportedly was the one who failed to look into details around The Witcher departure. And Brad Wunderbaum is the head guy over at Disney Plus. And so, man, the creator of this great show right here, was you accused of pulling out the bussy? I hope not, man, because it would. I just want you to come back. I want you to come back because this show was amazing. This was a great show. I loved it. And I want anybody who was involved with the show to come back. But Beau Demayo may be saying bye-bye. Bye-bye. And let's look at this. I mean, this is just a regular gym photo, you know, lighting, hitting them all right and stuff like that. I mean, I was gonna say, if he's sending pictures like this to coworkers, they use it as inspiration. If they told him to stop and he didn't stop, then, you know, you just can't do that. You know, you just can't do that. But it does sound like a legal or a lawsuit is on the way. Beau Demayo is saying that he got some receipts. I mean, look at him. He is saying that the truth will be revealed. The truth will be revealed. All right, bro. We gonna see, man. Look, you know, I'm rooting for you. One, because you're a brother. Two, because I like the show. And hopefully all this is untrue. But if you're accused of this stuff, man, you gotta take responsibility of it, man. That's just not right. And we can't have this. We just cannot have this. We can't. And so, I don't know, guys. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comment section below, whether you're watching this while it premieres on the replay. But this is crazy. This is the reason why Beau Demayo was fired from X-Men 97, because of sexual misconduct, groping, and just a number of inappropriate things. We still don't know why he lost his credits, though. And I mean, they're just saying that, you know, he breached the contract, but we don't know why. We know why he's fired, or we don't. It's not confirmed, but we know why he's being, you know, why he was accused of this. And so, y'all let me know your thoughts down below in that comment section below. Beau Demayo, hopefully you can receive justice, but the truth is going to come out, guys, and I cannot wait to hear it. But again, leave your thoughts down in that comment section below. Guys, again, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that my name is Brandon Keith Avery. That's just my opinion. Peace, and I'll see you next time.